Yeah, we live from the rabbit hole. Y'all know the rules here. Ain't no gravity. Let's get straight in it. Let's get straight in it. So let's talk about the indigenous move right now. The indigenous wave, right? Pretty much the awakening of our people realizing that we didn't come from Africa, or we didn't come even though technically from a geographical standpoint this would be West Africa. And even on the flip side, from a geographical standpoint, Africa and Asia would be America. We all on a giant rock surrounded by water. But there is different phenotypes, spirituality, beliefs, cultures based on different land masses. We just so happen to be on the landmass where the possibilities are endless, where the possibilities of creation are infinite. Um, I'm not going to take the time to go back into history, even though it's very important to understand what took place in history. You also got to understand that we are in the rabbit hole. And in the rabbit hole, you got to understand that you're in the same place. You're in the same time in which that history took place. So to be talking about history is like really irrelevant when you're in the same place in which the history is taking place. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like I'm in my room, but it's like somebody got killed in this room. You know what I'm saying? And like the murder still happened today in this room, but I just wasn't there when it happened. The body gone, the person who like put it this way. Let's just say somebody got killed in this room and they never moved the body. Then what? The body never get moved. Then what? What is the results to that? Is it old? Is it an old murder? I mean, yeah. I mean, you look at the body and see that the body is decayed, but nonetheless, this murder still happened here. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to use that that as a reference. I know a lot of people, families go through that stuff, go through certain violent crimes like that. So I'll probably use a better example next time. But everything I've been talking about has been on the lines of talking about how we indigenous to the land. Everything. If you go back and watch all my old videos, it all connects to how we indigenous to this land. And what make us being indigenous to this land so significant is that we are like the iPhones to the creator, right? Uh, you get us to believe in things and these things can become true. What do you mean? Okay, if put it this way, here in America with the children, the indigenous children, if you keep telling them about Bigfoot, if you got children to believe in Bigfoot, Bigfoot will become real. If you got the children to believe in an extraterrestrial coming from outer space, and they believed it wholeheartedly, you keep pumping it long enough, it'll become real. It'll become real. See, it's two ways to get things into this reality, into this dimension. Is either by birth or by prayer. Now you got new animals, new bugs, um, new constellations, new land that's going to naturally appear. Because, like I said before, I don't even know if I said it before in my other videos. We are still in the day of creation of our Creator, of our Father, of our Father. We still in that time. This could be connected back to my video about, like, my problem with the Bible, and not necessarily my problem with the message in the Bible, but my problem was with the people who preach the Bible as if the Bible has stopped. They treat the Bible as if the Bible goes to Revelation, and that's just the end. They treat the Bible as if, okay, we got these stories that's in the Bible. God talked to these people, and now God ain't talking to people no more. And I see a lot of people been pushing this theory that the Old Testament is the devil and the New Testament is God. That's an interesting look on it, but I don't believe that to be true. It definitely seesawed on my mind back and forth, and I'm gonna go ahead and even as I say that answer not true, I feel the rejection. I feel the negative energy rejecting that answer I just gave. Why? Because at one point that seed had me believing kind of that was true, right? But then I had to think about it. When you look at both of these books combined, one is God on the outside, and then when Jesus Emmanuel come, is God on the inside. So in the Old Testament, you got God moving around on the outside. He moving around in clouds. He moving around in the burning bush. You know what I'm saying? He moving around in the spinning wheel. He moving around in all these different things, right? But then in the New Testament is God coming down for himself. That's the difference. And once God came down for himself, that's when he was able to have a change of heart about what was going on. That's when he had to change of heart. Who is anybody to say that we can't change? Who is anybody to say that you can't be this way and then turn from being this way to being this way and going the right way? And it's not that it's a mistake. It's not a right or wrong. It's not a competition. But the thing is that Excuse me. The thing is that things change. People change. And God knew everything that was going on. God knew that it was a lot of pain and suffering and sickness and I mean, God knew that. He created it. But then he said, let me come down here for myself and see what's going on. Like, don't get me wrong. God getting it through. God got it through all of us. He came. God experiences it through all of us. But then when Jesus came along, that's when God said, "Hey, let me go in here and see what it is for myself in His own avatar, in His own body." In the Old Testament, it was just the outside. Even though He's still experiencing it, even though He's still feeling it, and when He came down here for Himself and He experienced what was going on, He promised us a new world. A new world that was better than this one. Now imagine that. And it's crazy because I talked about it I don't even know if I dropped that video yet. I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop this, and then I'm gonna drop that video ahead of this one, so y'all could go forward and look. You know what I'm saying, and see what I'm talking about. Like, but just imagine a world that's better than this one. And don't get me wrong, we gonna take the suffering, we gonna take the crime, we gonna take all the bad things out, and we gonna put it on the shelf. Not saying it don't exist, not saying that it's not happening, but we're gonna put it on the shelf, and let's just for once look at the positive things that's going on in the world. And when we look at the positive things that's going on in the world, and we imagine a new world that's better than this world, then that's going that I mean, come on, if we look at the way we travel, if we look at the way we communicate, if we look at the way that we able to eat, if you look at the way we able to just everything that you can imagine that's good, right? Just imagine that being 100 times better. So we live in homes now and we pay bills, or we got phones now and we pay bills, or we got all these different things and we got to pay for it. Just imagine being in a world where you get all these ways to do things and you ain't got to pay for it. Just imagine that type of world. And that's what type of world is going to be. Understand this. You don't even know you don't even know why you in this world. So just imagine when you appear in a better world and you know why you in that world now. and nothing's being hidden from you, and you able to freely create, you able to freely build, you able to freely travel and see, the truth of what's going on is it just that you simply, or we simply, just being held back from really experiencing this world without having to pay for it. And even if you do pay, it's still certain limits and restrictions that you get on it. Because like a person like me, hey, I don't know if Elon Musk real about it or not, but hell, I would like to see what the hell is on the outside of this. You know what I'm saying? If it's really possible, I would like to figure out that I know some ways. I'm not sitting there advertising, but I know some ways to try to get the hell up out, to like not get up out of here, but to see what's going on, to try to communicate. But I would hate to pass on the conspiracy and be like, oh, they know this, they know that, they know they just hold it back. I would hate to be, I don't even think so. Because the way this system's set up, man, anything they got, they show off. They show off everything they got. Restaurants, guns, TVs, cars. Everything gets shown off. When they use force, when they come kick in your door, they showing off. They not hiding from you, man. They come in full strength. And if they got anything they want to show off, whether it's some out of space, whether it's this or that, they gonna show it off. They not gonna hide it. They not gonna hide it. Nah. Nah, they definitely not gonna hide it. And maybe, like I said before, maybe I do envy the fact of okay, we look at the situation that's going on now politically. Maybe I do envy the fact that I'm in this time now. But who's to say in the next 20, 30, or the 40 years that we won't be in a more peaceful society and a more futuristic society where the crime rate is down simply because people don't want to commit crimes anymore. Imagine us living in a society where people just don't want to commit crimes. And it's crazy to think that, oh, that ain't possible. But that is very possible because we got to think about it. A lot of the crimes that's going on right now wasn't always going on. These crimes wasn't always being committed. Crimes like this wasn't always being committed because the opportunity for the crimes to be committed wasn't available. Now, that's where a lot of flaws come in at. And I'm not even gonna go into the conspiracies because we know we done seen this at every single angle. So I'm not about to go and sit nobody on my lap and sit up here, oh, what this situation or that situation or this situation or that situation. We know plain and clear what's going on that level. And I mean, we in the rabbit hole. So if you want me to talk about it, well, I mean, we looking at assassinations. A lot of assassinations. We're not looking at murders. I mean, they are murders, but the type of murder that a lot of these killings are is assassinations. These are not just regular. Uh, I mean, no, you do got your people killing out of emotions. A lot of that going on. I mean, that's been on the rise. But before a lot of these emotional killings and all that stuff been going on, where they pretty much got everybody doing the work for them, where they ain't gotta assassinate, they ain't gotta really assassinate people because they could just get people to kill you out of their emotions and feelings. Um, it was a lot of assassinations going on. See, when they showed the John F. Kennedy assassination, when they showed the Dr. King assassination, when they showed the Malcolm X assassination, when they showed when they talk about the Abraham Lincoln assassination, those are just the famous assassinations that happened in America. Yeah, those are just the famous assassinations. It was way more assassinations than that. Way more. And these were just, I mean, we talking about people just doing everyday things, and out of nowhere, somebody coming out of nowhere and just clap, clap, clap. Somebody just imagine that. You sitting there cutting your grass, somebody just come and wham, or you sitting there taking a bubble bath and somebody just kicking your door and just wham. And it's not because whether you know who you are or not, it's known who you are, right? So it's like, now it gets to the point like, now we sit that on the shelf. Now it's like, why is who you are an issue? Why is who you are an issue? So let me break it down like this. And it's just a theory. Well, I'm recording it, so I ain't got to write it down. From what I know, this life that we live in goes on forever, right? So, with that being said, if it is a constant reincarnation cycle, right? We just die and come back, die and come back, die and come back. And now you got Jesus, Emmanuel, Yahshua, have you identified by, who came along and said, hey, don't get too caught up in this world, right? Excuse me. Just do what you got to do, right? Do your work, be content, right? And come through me and what I'm telling you. And if you understand what I'm telling you through me to my Father, you going to go to a world that's 100 times better than this one, 1,000 times better than this one. What about the gold? We got to pay gold. Man, look, the street's going to be made of gold. So think about it. If you stay attached to this world, right? Let's just say that fire does come, right? How they talk about like the lava and 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 like the whole world can be caught on fire, and or like all these mass destructions, right? Just imagine if your soul, if your soul or energy or spirit or whatever you want to call it, just imagine if it was stuck here while the earth was on fire, like the lava erupting and all the, like, it's just constant lava, just molten lava, and it's just cool heat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just constant volcano eruptions. Like, just imagine you being stuck here while that's happening. And because you believe in this world and this system, how this system is set up, the time gonna pass just as slow as they teach you, as you taught to believe it. So now you in lava for years, and you just constantly just dying, coming back, dying, coming back, dying, coming back. Now it's just a glitch. It's a glitch now in the matrix, right? Now it's a glitch. Now you caught up in a glitch, a reincarnation glitch. And the only reason why you won't be able to leave is because you gonna believe still in this system. You gonna still believe in it. You gonna still be holding on to it, right? And the whole time, this the thing, this the kicker. Like the whole time, you won't even be going through. Well, I don't know, cause we gotta think about it like this, right? What's that show? The Titans, Return of the Titans. Now you see how you got that little person inside these giant bodies. That's kind of how we are. We probably, how we really look. We probably about like, excuse my little dirty nails. Up probably some barbecue sauce with some chicken. That's definitely barbecue sauce from chicken I had earlier. But we probably like a small speck. We probably like a smaller than a grain of salt. So look, I'm about to get out this rabbit hole. Well, I'm in it. I'm about to go to sleep in it. So what I'm gonna need y'all to do is to like, comment, subscribe. This is the rabbit hole. This is the rabbit hole.